Mazda's CEO is bringing 5 brand new models, and the automotive community is tearing itself apart over these announcements. If you've been watching Mazda stick to safe, predictable releases year after year, these 5 models represent the most divisive lineup the company has ever attempted. From sports cars that betray their heritage to pickups that anger loyalists, every single one of these vehicles is sparking heated arguments between those who think Mazda is finally taking bold risks and those who believe the brand has completely lost its direction. Let's check them out. Number 5. Next Generation Mazda MX-5 Miata. The Miata has been the world's best-selling roadster for decades, beloved for staying true to the fundamentals of driving joy: lightweight construction, naturally aspirated engines, rear-wheel drive, and a manual transmission. These are the pillars that have made every generation of the MX-5A purist's dream car. The next generation is keeping that formula intact, which sounds like great news. But here's where the controversy begins. Mazda is developing an all-new engine for the next MX-5, featuring a larger displacement than the current 2.0-liter unit. Normally, a larger engine would mean more power, more torque, and better performance. But that's not happening here. Early reports suggest the new engine won't deliver a significant power increase over the current model's 181 horsepower. Instead, Mazda is focusing on throttle response, smoothness, and efficiency. For Miata enthusiasts, this is splitting the community in half. One side argues that the Miata was never about raw power numbers. Anyone who has driven a Miata on a twisty back road understands the magic happens when you feel perfectly connected to the machine, when the steering communicates every detail of the pavement, when the weight balance lets you place the car exactly where you want it. That's the experience Mazda is protecting by keeping the car light and naturally aspirated. The other side is frustrated, pointing out that rivals like the Toyota GR86 and Subaru BRZ are offering significantly more power. When you're spending over $30,000 on a sports car, is maintaining the status quo really enough? That's the question dividing Miata fans right now, but the Miata's approach to tradition looks almost conservative compared to what Mazda is planning for the truck market. Number 4. Mazda B2000. Compact pickups are experiencing a massive resurgence in North America, with models like the Ford Maverick proving there's huge demand for smaller, more affordable trucks. Mazda is jumping into the segment by reviving one of its most iconic nameplates, the B2000. The original B-Series trucks were workhorses, simple and utilitarian vehicles that could handle serious jobs without breaking the bank. Bringing back that name is a bold move that immediately grabs attention. But here's the problem. The new B2000 won't be a body-on-frame, rear-wheel drive workhorse like the original. Instead, it's going to ride on a unibody platform, likely sharing architecture with Mazda's existing crossover lineup. This means it's going to prioritize on-road comfort, fuel efficiency, and car-like handling over raw capability. Longtime fans of the original B-Series trucks are not happy about this direction. They remember weekends spent hauling lumber for home projects or loading up camping gear for trips into the wilderness, tasks that demanded a truck bed you could actually use hard without worrying about scratches and dents. The original B2000 was that truck. This new version is shaping up to be more lifestyle vehicle than true workhorse, and that's causing major backlash among purists. The criticism isn't that Mazda is making a bad vehicle, it's that they're using a legendary name on something that doesn't live up to the original spirit. When you revive an iconic nameplate, expectations are sky high, and falling short creates controversy. And if bringing back a classic name with a completely different approach sounds questionable, wait until you see what Mazda is doing with its crossover lineup. Number 3. Mazda CX-20. Mazda is expanding its crossover lineup with a brand new entry-level model called the CX-20, positioned below the CX-30. This is going to be Mazda's smallest crossover yet, targeting buyers who want Mazda's design and driving dynamics in a super compact, very affordable package. But many people believe this segment is already too crowded, and that Mazda is cannibalizing its own lineup. The CX-30 is already one of the smaller crossovers on the market. By introducing an even smaller model, Mazda risks confusing buyers and stealing sales from the CX-30 instead of attracting new customers. Critics are asking whether the CX-20 is solving a real problem or just adding unnecessary complexity to the lineup. Supporters argue it's going to open Mazda up to younger, budget-conscious buyers who find the CX-30 too expensive. Still, Mazda has spent years positioning itself above mainstream brands like Toyota and Honda, and launching a budget crossover could undermine that effort. This debate is dividing industry analysts and Mazda loyalists alike, but the disagreement over a small crossover is nothing compared to the firestorm surrounding Mazda's most anticipated performance car. Number 2. Mazda RX-9. The rotary engine is one of the most legendary power plants in automotive history, and Mazda is the only manufacturer that ever mastered it. The RX-7 and RX-8 are icons, beloved by enthusiasts for their unique, high-revving character and unforgettable exhaust note. For years, rumors have swirled about Mazda bringing back the rotary in a new flagship sports car. The RX-9 is coming, and Mazda has confirmed that the rotary engine is returning. This should be cause for celebration, but instead, it's triggering massive controversy. Here's why. The rotary engine in the RX-9 won't be powering the wheels directly. Instead, Mazda is using the rotary as a range extender in a hybrid system. Electric motors will drive the wheels while the rotary engine acts as a generator to charge the battery and extend range. Mazda's reasoning is clear. This setup allows them to bring back the rotary while meeting modern emissions and efficiency standards. But for rotary purists, this is unacceptable. Anyone who has experienced a rotary-powered car at full throttle knows what's being lost here. Picture yourself accelerating hard through the gears, feeling the engine spin effortlessly past 9,000 RPM, hearing that unmistakable high-pitched wail that no piston engine can replicate. That mechanical symphony is the entire soul of the rotary experience. Using the rotary as a generator removes all of those sensations. It's a rotary engine in name only, and many enthusiasts feel betrayed by this decision. On the other hand, some enthusiasts understand Mazda's position. Stricter emissions regulations make a traditional rotary nearly impossible to certify for modern markets. By using a hybrid system, Mazda can at least keep the rotary alive in some form while delivering the performance and efficiency buyers expect from a modern sports car. Early performance targets suggest the RX-9 will produce impressive power figures and deliver thrilling acceleration. But will that be enough to satisfy purists who wanted a traditional rotary sports car? Number 1. Mazda EZ60. Mazda is entering the electric vehicle market with a brand new model called the EZ60, an electric crossover based on the Mazda EZ6 sedan. This is Mazda's first serious push into the mainstream EV SUV segment. The EZ60 is going to offer a competitive range, modern technology, and Mazda's signature design language. But there's one massive problem that's causing an uproar. The Chinese market version of the EZ6 is incredibly affordable, priced competitively thanks to Mazda's partnership with Chinese manufacturing and technology companies. Buyers in China are getting a premium electric sedan at a fraction of what European or American EVs cost. Naturally, people assumed the EZ60 would bring that same affordability to North America, but Mazda has made it clear that's not going to happen. The American market EZ60 is going to be significantly more expensive, priced closer to competitors like the Tesla Model Y and Hyundai Ioniq 5. This pricing strategy is infuriating potential buyers who feel like they're being asked to pay a premium for the exact same vehicle. Consider a family shopping for their first electric vehicle, carefully comparing monthly payments and trying to make the numbers work. Discovering they'll pay significantly more for a Mazda than buyers in other markets feels like a slap in the face, especially when they're already stretching their budget to go electric. Mazda's explanation is that different safety standards, tariffs, and market positioning justify the higher price. They're positioning the EZ60 as a premium offering, not a budget EV. Critics argue that Mazda is missing a golden opportunity. The electric vehicle market is desperate for affordable options, and buyers are flocking to brands that can deliver EVs under $40,000. By pricing the EZ60 higher, Mazda risks being overshadowed by more established competitors with better charging infrastructure and brand recognition. This controversy is highlighting a fundamental question about Mazda's strategy. Are they positioning themselves as a premium brand, or are they trying to compete on value? The answer will determine whether the EZ60 succeeds or fails. These 5 models reveal a Mazda at a crossroads, making decisions that will define the brand for the next decade. The Miata refuses to chase power, the B2000 abandons its workhorse roots, the CX-20 risks cannibalizing existing sales, the RX-9 uses its legendary rotary engine as a mere generator, and the EZ60 prices itself out of reach for budget-conscious buyers. Each vehicle represents a calculated gamble that Mazda believes will pay off, but the fierce debates raging across automotive forums suggest the company is walking a tightrope. 2026 is going to be the most defining year in Mazda's modern history, and the automotive world will be watching closely to see whether these bold moves pay off. The thing is that Mazda isn't an isolated case. Other companies are releasing controversial models as well, including GMC, which you can check out in our next video. Just like Mazda, the American automaker is reviving some legendary nameplates, but they don't seem to meet the expectations of loyal fans.